Hey guys, this is TempestNite playing Battlefield 4, Zavod 311 on Rush. And I'm not playing Hardline, believe it or not. After seeing the patches, I wanted to see what Battlefield 4 was all about. It's had about a year to grow or more, and it's come a long way. Definitely, as you can see, the smoke and the flashbangs are doing a lot more than they used to, and it's making a big difference as far as playing this game. A lot of players like you are opting to use flashbangs or smoke instead of the M67 grenade. And I like to see that. It's a lot more tactical for rolling around, throwing their night vision scopes on, getting ready for the night maps, which release on September 1st. And I'm excited to see how that plays out. It's going to be a lot of blinding. You might want to see your doctor, see if it's okay to be playing this. So I haven't been on Hardline, mostly because I'm waiting for the legendary status to appear. I'm already 150, I'm max rank here, I'm like 139 or so. I'm just trying to finish that up while I wait to go prestige on that game. I also missed getting all these vehicle kills on the tanks and just going against these titans in the game, you know? You don't see that you got like cats and armored vehicles in Hardline, and that's okay. It's a good change of pace. It's my alternative to, let's say, GTA 5, because I already had it on the PlayStation 3 and I didn't want to get it again for the PlayStation 4. So I also noticed that when I came back to this game, transitioning was a little bit different. I keep the sensitivities at the same, but the recoil's definitely different. And you can see the skill difference from Battlefield 4 to Hardline. A lot of veterans still play Battlefield 4 because it's a military shooter. It's got all the vehicles that they want, and they couldn't ask for more right now because all these updates have really enlivened the game. So yeah, I've seen difference in recoil and the skill level. There's a lot of comprehensive plans that are rolling around on Battlefield 4, team stacking the servers, and that's cool. You just notice that people play together in this. They're very cohesive groups, platoons that are rolling in packs, and if you want to play Battlefield 4, you better bring your squad in there. So, next on the list, I'm trying to see what's going on with Siege of Shanghai night maps and Pro Market as well. I see that they've been doing that on the CTE servers, and that's exciting if they throw Pro Market in there because it's a very urban setting. So, one of the reasons I decided to get back onto posting these videos is I see a large part of the community, especially newcomers and the younger generations, they're not very aware of their surroundings or of the objective or how to play the objective. The game has gravitated towards KD streaks, you know, and just staying alive, you know? Trying to get these crazy kills, unlocking objectives, assignments, and I think we need to bring the Battlefield community, not the veterans or like just in general, back into the setting where let's play the objective. And I've seen other videos that have tried to enforce this. A lot of it has focused on class play, you know, playing your classes correctly, or medic, you know, throw med packs and so on and so forth. But what I really want to focus on is knowing how to move and mobilize your squad when you're playing certain game modes. Right now I'm playing Rush, and what we definitely want to do here is, you know, push them back, push the enemy back, and take the objective. But to do that, sometimes you need a flank, and a lot of people, they like to funnel in and center in on the objective, go straight for it. And while that seems like a good idea because you got all these tickets getting lost in the middle of your running and trying to flank, sometimes it's worth it in the end. You take the flank, you surprise them, you circle back, kill all the enemies behind, and you open up some space for your team to get in there, move forward. And I think flanking is, you know, it's a fundamental and everybody knows this, but they don't really employ it, or at least as a squad they don't employ it. And you have to do it together, because in this game, even though you can get 4 kills, you know, back to back to back, somebody else will come down a line and just rip you apart, because you weren't expecting it. You're reloading, something's gonna happen, tank shoots you out of the sky. So, for Conquest, I'm gonna do a Conquest video, I guess, next week. I'll do a Conquest video, that's a promise. And that's gonna focus on what flag do I take? Like, do I go back to the flag that's closest to me? Should I go all the way to the other flag? Should I secure my home flag? Should I go to the enemy home flag? There's a lot of stuff going on in Conquest, and some people, they'll just stick to a flag the entire time. At least for here, what you really want to focus on is what objective should I go for? And those are the ones that are easier to get. Let me take out the easier objective, you know, and go for the harder objective. Is that right? Or should I take the harder objective and go for the easier objective? So when you really, if you started this game, you want to learn the maps, and if you're playing Rush, you want to know where the MCOMs are, so that you can decide what should I really be striving for, because one of them will usually be easier than the other. Some of them are underground, some of them are off to the side of the building, and the enemy team, the defenders, they can have an easier time defending something on the inside and keep all the corners than something that's on the outside. So you want to think about how you're doing it, and you want to think about how you're going to flank. Trying not to get spotted, and you want to be as close to the objective as possible. Sometimes killing isn't always the best idea. If you do see someone, it might be just better to spot someone and let them roll on out. Hopefully someone on your team is watching the minimap, which is a very important asset when you're playing normal mode, because that shows any spots, and it shows the crowding between the enemy and your own guys, so that you know what's going on. And when you know what's going on between your team and the enemy team, you'll be a lot more skilled as a player, just knowing. So playing as a smart player can compensate a lot for inabilities to aim correctly, shooting correctly, you know, mobilizing correctly, ducking, drop shotting, whatever it is you guys do. And sometimes you just want to wait for your guys to spawn in, because that will help. That will pay off in the long run, getting all 5 guys in there. In some clans, they'll even roll with 4-player squads, so that if somebody does get behind enemy lines, everybody can spawn on it. Squad leader or somebody else in the squad will change squads to somebody who's behind enemy lines, and then everybody can spawn in on that location. It's a fair tactic in clans, and it's been used before. Something I wish they brought back would be how Bad Company 2 employed MCOMs, in which you could destroy the MCOM. Although I would give it a lot more health than Bad Company did, because that would prevent excessive camping with like C4 on the objective or the defenders. As I'm playing this game right now and looking at it, it wasn't a very smart idea to run down the center aisle, but it seems like it was clear, and I tried to be more cautious as we were clearing it out, because I saw there were more guys underground. So DICE is coming out with Battlefront. I'm excited to get that. I think a lot of the strategies and tactics we talk about or discuss will be useful in those games. I know there will be AI, as in Battlefront 2 did and Battlefront 1. But I think playing as a smarter player can really help pay off a lot. So that's what we want to stick to right now. If you have a good headset, that's also a good asset. Here I just heard the guy shooting, and that wasn't very smart. He was shooting frivolously. The same thing with this guy, who I didn't see. So,
Objective Alpha has been prepped for destruction.
so I hope to see some of you guys try Hardline. I've seen there's about 7 times the players on Battlefield 4 in Hardline, which is kind of surprising. Hardline had a pretty decent release. And if any of you veterans liked Metro, you'd really love Black Friday on Hardline. It's probably everything that a 64-player Metro should have been, but wasn't. But I'm not here to complain or anything. I'm just saying it was a big improvement as far as close quarter combat with Conquest. So, for me personally, I believe that Battlefield really shouldn't have these high KD players. In Bad Company 2, I didn't really have a high KD. Yeah, it wasn't terribly bad, but it wasn't the highest KD. What was important in Bad Company 2 was the score, and you really wanted to play the objective. Dying wasn't really a big deal. It was all about the objective. When you looked at the scoreboard, there was no kill death, no KD shown, so nobody was really self-conscious about it. And I really like that about the game. And I hope that DICE, EA, that they'll realize how helpful this could be to the community to enforce or encourage team play over individual play, because that's what this game is really about. I know some people are gonna say Arma and whatever, and that's fine, but you do need a team for this game. Especially if you're playing Conquest or Rush. Team Deathmatch might be a little bit different. But I also like the speed and how everything handles itself, the mechanics of Battlefield. It got really crazy towards the end here, and I just didn't know what to do. I kept getting shot down. That guy got a fair shot on me. But it turned into a flashbang war, I guess you could say. I also tried the Black Ops 3 beta. I wasn't too thrilled by it, but it's a lot better. I like it more than Advanced Warfare. I'm not really a COD player, but it's definitely a change of pace, just like Hardline. And it has some elements of Destiny with the supers. All that aside, there's plenty of games coming out that I'd like to try. That would be The Division, Siege. There goes the flashbangs. So, one of the caveats of the, well, not caveats, but loopholes for the flashbang is that you can still see your minimap, and I think the minimap should also be blinded out. Because if you can see your minimap, the only reason why I killed that guy was because I could see the direction and see the MCOM, so I know where I'm going. That's how I got it. But I really appreciate that you guys watched. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you have videos where you did some kind of team-oriented play, I want to see it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you next week.